Which conspiracy theory came out real? MK Ultra, Operation Paperclip. What's Operation Paperclip? After the Allies won World War II, we scooped up a ton of scientists and gave them two options: hand over all your research and continue developing weapons and tech for us, or rot in prison for the rest of your life. A lot of them chose the former, the tobacco industry silencing scientists, and creating false studies to say smoking isn't harmful several decades ago. Soda companies did the same thing with sugar. The automotive and oil companies have been doing the same thing with climate change since at least the 1970s. The Panama Papers, we all suspected it was happening. Please elaborate. One of the more common loopholes rich people use involves creating shell companies in Panama. Basically, you start a business and headquarter that business in Panama, or some country that has 0% tax on shell companies. Your new business has no buildings, no offices, no overhead, and produces no products. It's not even really a business, except on paper. You then fund your business with a whole bunch of your own money. Money which you don't want to pay any taxes on in your home country of UK, US, Canada, wherever. The Panama Papers showed this was a tactic used by people around the globe. Now your cash isn't in your pocket, it belongs to some company in another country. Furthermore, most governments, in an effort to promote small business growth and fair competition, will not only give you huge tax breaks for opening a business, but allow you to not pay any taxes at all for a while if your business is struggling. The Panama Papers found that tons and tons of rich people were using tricks like this to avoid paying any taxes, but the real issue is that it wasn't them doing it directly. They hired accountants to manage their money, and the accountants, doing their job, simply employ whatever techniques they can to ensure their client pays as little tax as possible. So the obvious solution would be to simply change the law so that the super shitty tax dodging is no longer legal, because technically those accountants aren't breaking the law. They're just abusing it. However, no lawmakers want to close these loopholes cause then they'd lose a bunch of money, so instead they murdered the reporter who couldn't be silenced. No one else reported on it. It's still going on and nothing's probably going to happen to stop it. The government is spying on you. Oh spooky. Then PRISM came out and indeed the government is spying on you. That the sugar industry paid scientists to blame fat instead of sugar for heart disease, and various other health issues. A man named John Wojnarowski used to stand outside the Vatican embassy the 90s in Washington, D.C., with a sign saying that the Pope is hiding P-word priests. He claimed to be a victim of such abuse. People would honk and throw insults/junk at him and call him crazy. Epstein's Island was called a conspiracy theory for over 20 years before it was found to be true. Scientology's invasion on the U.S. government, Project Snow White. President Nixon was so paranoid at the end of his administration, that people dismissed out of hand his claim, on tape, that the Pentagon was spying on him. Turns out they were doing exactly that.